I think the idea that Sean was putting out there about how there's a lot of anti-strats that EG put through is going to be really interesting
LEV
to see
on
if they're able
defense.
to get anything against Leviathan. Again, not as much tape as there was against LEV.
On attack. They had a good attack last time.
That's where they started. They started on attack, and they dominated that half.
Yeah.
9-3, I believe, something like that. It was dominant.
Double duelist again.
Like
so LEV need to make sure that they try and stop a lot of these sight hits, and that is literally why the Jet is here. Do they check this when they send it into sight? In terms of what's going on right now, though, they'll go towards A.
It's hard to handle, but Taco's so patient. He gets
There we got two. Did great.
Huge. This has been an
19 HP. Juggernaut could get another one here. Keep an eye on the Raze Astra Jewel. It spawned. Wow, nice shot. Okay, Boostio in for this one. To be honest, one's on 19 HP. Ah, the heal on pistol. Respect to Shy bringing that one out.
Scrappy from EG though to get to this point, given how free a couple of those kills were.
Yeah, nicely done. Mizzino did unreal. That extra kill over towards, was it Juggernaut on site? 19 HP, that was nice.
Both EG players in the smoke, and the gap did not exist. I think he thought it might have.
And then yeah, shout out to Shy. Shout out to any Sky that honestly buys heal on pistol. It's incredible.
Strong pistol round team. And now I'm looking to see
it's so
EG's
strong
Pratt
in terms of how they're
in these
approaching
eco
this
rounds.
full
See
buy going in.
if they're able to follow
They
up
do
and
not want to lose this rounds. No kind of focus onto this in terms of the bonus round. Just wanting to win this one. Sky might get wrecked here. I mean, sorry. Astra might get wrecked here. Flash goes in, satchel out.
Farming up Joggamo's orbs. Up to 4 already.
Makes a lot of sense. He's halfway there.
And this is the part right here. King in middle with his Viper Orb. That was the big focus of EG's anti-strats, and you already see something here. The star placement from Mizzino.
Just did the smoke to literally get this, and then I've been loving this smoke. I think it's great.
He could play outside of ropes.
Two-spotted mid.
So they take mid control. 45 seconds gone, and then Jet is here. What guns Jet got?
Nice dancing on the rope.
Yeah, they did good damage. They're kind of out of position as well.
Having control as well.
Shy again with another hill.
Pinching anybody who's playing up the top A ramp, which would be a mistake in my opinion against an anti-eco.
Bira, thank you so much, Bira X18. Welcome. Thank you so much, mate. Welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you for using your Prime on me.
Thank
you, dude. Appreciate the support.
Yeah, I can't imagine they'd rotate back, but they sure are being patient with this.
There's 3 players here on the side.
It's a deep flash into elbow. Taco backing up just
weird round. Playing this kind of cool. They're playing this kind of cool. I like it. What a weird situation. Yeah, they get guns out of that. That was sick.
They have upgraded weapons, so
and they have heaven control.
They have to be careful of giving up heaven space. That's why Mizzino's so cautious here. Calm. Playing aggressive, though, on top of the rope.
Big Joe. He wins this one out. Double Astra Star. Oh, okay. I don't even need it. Don't even need it after that one. I like the idea when they're holding heaven and they get the plant, trying to make them swing. It's kind of cool. Gun rebuy, and then armor. Not too bad for an eco strat.
All this anti-bonus and damage done, so...
Yeah, the kill over towards heaven was very important, Mizzino. Getting close to his ult as well. These two, interested to see. Maybe we still have some pistols that they can drop over. Mizzino should have a ghost still. There's the ghost.
See if they choose to do something like that. I do
and
see
then
both
Shy
would
have had a gun.
I see the Sky as well, Shy.
Yeah, I think that was it, yeah.
The only map where he does not play Killjoy. And the Death was talking about how good he was on that. But look, they are going to be pressing a ramp and potentially trying to catch.
Not the right question, but when? But will I go back? Yeah, that's the plan.
And they're just denying all that space.
That's the plan. But I'm also like loving this at the moment, so
you can see the setup
not for a little bit.
Behind him, the Trailblazer, and then
yeah, wanted to go aggro on this one. Com did great, and in terms of them taking middle.
And meanwhile, you actually pushed off King, so he's not able to stay in ropes. And he has to rotate all the way to the other side of Nail, which is fine because
big jaw. Astra taken down. Damn. 4v5. They took a little bit of a risk, but also so did EG. It was like an equal risk. Okay. Maybe went for an extra one there. Unlucky to not win that duel out. I didn't see exactly how low Demon went, but it was kind of low on this one. He does have a molly if he wants to try and get kills with this.
He's full blind though.
That would have been insane.
Okay, nicely done from EG. It yeah, looked a little bit rough, but not too bad. In terms of the bonus, 2 gun rebuys, and we have 1 armor as well. So big swing round coming in, because all of these can't buy next.
Handled it perfectly. At the same time, they're really doing and threatening
of course
that
you missed me.
Presence.
Sure.
That works so well against
not this.
You could see King was uncomfortable
so
in that spot.
2 people from EG can't. Everyone from LEV can't.
Bring it back to even, but you're looking for more there. You're looking for a little bit more of an advantage.
Mazzino avoided.
And I actually like that from Leviathan. I like that from Mazzino. Something that's been missing in their play is a little bit more randomness. It's super structured. I love this. Oh, but the
oh, you're gonna flash.
Perfect. That was a stun last time against Loud. So they're trying to actually to set him up and bait.
Still did good pressure though. They broke both of the bits of util early enough that they didn't feel comfortable pushing through this. So
go in that position.
Very nicely done from Lev. There was a lot of util used from EG to actually try and break through this at middle, and they didn't get anything for it. So now backup plan over towards A, trying to lock in towards heaven with the smoke.
They get out of Molly. They're gonna follow up with this wall. Noswer's in a good position to receive, but there's nobody really to help. Taco has to sprint over to get into a crossfire with him. But there could be a flash from Shy.
Looks like they're expecting this.
He has a nade, he has 2 satchels.
Yeah, look at them. I wonder how often he plays this.
Some time. There's that flash that you mentioned, but the Molly util, or excuse me, the Viper util.
Damn recovery.
So a 1-for-1.
Okay, nicely. Big kill from Ethan. It's a nice trade and a big kill from Ethan.
They've also got a late flank.
Keep an eye on this. Mid left.
They're not even going in.
Yeah, they got 1 person committed to the side. They're going all the way back. Viper might catch this spike.
They've controlled the site, and they're controlling the rest of the map on top of it.
Okay, no, it's fine. Sorry, chat. Do you know what? I'm out of it. This was their own team.
You lost both of your duelists. Trying to pressure up through heaven, so nothing gained. And now Demon
I'm having a Mitch moment.
Wants on this site to delay.
And he does. He doesn't take anyone with him, but he buys time.
Doug, they're spreading thin here, though. Up in spawn. This is expected, I think.
Wait, they go spawn? We've got a flash for this? No.
It's calm mid. Waiting on the other side of the smoke, and Leviathan walk away with the win.
And he is really out of it. Mazzino has smokes and ult.
With no mollies.
Astro Wall blocks him, too. But there's a high elevation and a low elevation.
You can see Noswer having to try to figure out which one he wants to hold. Mazzino's gotten it to half. It's going to require a challenge. The knife's not going to land.
Damn, I'm really surprised Lev won that. The spray through the smoke and getting the trade spawn through the smoke was madness. This duel that happened here, how these 2 won through the smoke. What res was that?
A good idea from EG, but shocking that they're not able to hold that smoke with no flash. Leviathan just triple swing through it. Especially on the spam through the smoke. Yeah. Somebody spam through, and then there's double swing right as the smoke is falling too.
Yeah, it was like black bars, but one of the black bars was like...
played round by them. They lose grip of it.
It was like double the size of the other one. It's crazy.
Remember, it's been a couple of rounds now that Leviathan have pushed and tried challenging Calm in A main. This time, everyone's here.
Info going in double.
Good flash. Oh my gosh, she was vulnerable.
That was the only gun that just got killed. But Demon's unbelievable with this ult.
At the beginning of the round. Boostio's the only other one who has a gun here. But now Ethan is upgraded.
Oh, they're putting Sky out into this as well. We got a... Okay, that's the picked up gun.
King has a judge.
Yeah, King has a judge. He's going around spawn to go get this other gun.
So he can barrel through elbow, but...
Nade, decent spam.
Honestly, looks like they're just trying to bait them into pushing right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be saving this one.
I would love to hear fake footsteps away.
And this is an incredible round for EG to win, considering their money. Low buy, they had 1 hero gun. It dropped at the beginning from Jogomo. And Boostio picked it up, got the important kill. Also, nice kill from Demon.
They did get out called.
Lev love saving. Like, they love saving.
The biggest thing is avoiding that dominating first half that EG had against Loud.
They saved the most out of every team we watched by far.
The attack as well.
Oh.
That just set him up so well for the rest of the map.
He didn't have a gun, right? Yeah.
They could afford a couple of fumbles in the second half and still have a chance to close it out. Mind you, they didn't. They didn't fumble really at all, but it just gives you that much breathing room, that much flexibility.
I love the default.
Yeah, it gives them a lot of money with that. Got some upgrades, and
it's interesting because
makes
that
this
is
round
very
really
basic,
important.
Very standard, but they're the team that is able to mix it up the most.
Yeah, this is a big round for EG because if they can win this, then the money is kind of wrecked.
King through that orb. Hey, well, it's the same nade again. Forces them off, and a lot of times they're just getting through it with the smoke mail. But King retakes the space, and he still has a judge.
Uh-oh. Judge on judge.
And it delivers. That was a judge in the hands of Jogamo as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, and they push Calm all the way back with that Trailblazer.
This is very similar to what we saw.
And they do this. Okay, well, they're going to heavy force them over towards
He's going to
B
be there
now.
again by himself. There's a pit mid, and yeah, you've got Nasr
Does Astra get punished with this? Because you're going to see someone soon.
Now that the pits
That's good. Nice.
stayed for a while, King gets into it. And
Raze
now
moves over.
Nasr's
Raze still has nade.
Actually, still has his nade. So Gravwell is available. That could have been really dangerous for EG to try to go into.
Yeah, that's nice. See, because two of them go over towards B, so they know they don't have to over-rotate.
It's bold from Calm to actually re-explore that space after getting pushed off by the Trailblazer, but as well, Taco, aware that he could re-clear
Kind of going to use
and
the
come back
Seekers
into
against them now, though.
That's a room.
Trying to sell a one-person fake. Dog goes in. Does the Jet rotate? Jet does rotate. The Sky rotate.
And they're biting. They're biting.
Taco is.
Okay, a lot of this is up to Shy now. I like the... Okay, they were not expecting someone. They thought they sold it real heavy.
Better played from Boostio.
He's so scared about that pressure from Demon 1 and Elbow.
Ooh, almost.
Just one.
Damn, you can't plant there.
Yeah,
can't be planting there.
Good recovery. I mean,
nicely handled from them. Yeah.
You said it.
Who was this? Shy again? Yeah, Shy did great.
And I think they're EG.
Very disciplined from them to not rotate. I like the idea from EG. I thought it was fine. Struggled a little bit because the person didn't get the kill over towards B.
You can tell the first player that Shy killed there was not aware that there could be somebody on the A site. So false sense of confidence given the strat choice.
2-round lead for Lev. Get a decent buyout from EG, light armor and 2 and a bulldog in the hands of Calm, who again has been the focus of the conversation early in these rounds.
And look again, they're baiting Taco once again.
Demon 1 went fast, dashed up mid.
They're trying to punish.
Early peak, yeah.
And this one was more focused on Mel. Everything else has been focused on taking ropes control. So they've kind of nullified Taco's position in a sense.
Jogama still has his Roomba and a nade, so he still has some utility to clear that angle out.
They're double drone through as the smoke and the orb falls. And Mazino didn't pop the smoke again.
Just a dog over towards A in reaction. Realize that they can get the ult. That's nice. And it looks like Taco just checked to see if they push through any of this.
And now they know.
They don't know about Mail.
Could be playing pretty far back, but that should give you some confirmation that you've got some room to work A. Remember how many times they've been pushing them back and trying to flank around that too.
Nice reaction from him.
Hit onto B. They've got 3 members
Real
here.
nice reaction from him.
And they're destroyed. Every single one of them falling. It's just Boostio now.
Yeah, and EG in terms of this round, 2-4.
You pointed it out a few rounds ago. He's constantly the first and only solution for the Vietnam on the B side. EG haven't really recognized that, but also Mazino's doing so well at it. There, obviously, King was there. The choice there to use the Gravwell instead of the smoke around the pillar where he's actually looking as they're coming out of the smoke is very interesting against the double dive.
Mazino's Astra, yeah, his reaction there was just perfect. Everything was so good there.
Really fast.
10 seconds
and get through the smoke with a flash. They don't end up doing that, but on top of it, he's staying in the crossfire that a lot of times is broken. I think as well, all the utility that EG is using on that mid attempt, the mid control attempt, I should say, is costing them when it comes down to that B execute.
Especially when it feels like they aren't really getting much out of it anyway. They're not really able to secure B Heaven if they want to do a B split. They're not really pushing Leviathan off of some of these angles.
Yeah.
So you're right, they are investing a ton of utility, and they're not getting much value out of it at all.
Well, I think one of the big things is that was where they were getting value last game against Loud.
Sure.
So Right now, you have to revisit this game plan if you're Potter. The good thing that's working for them,
a little bit unlucky in terms of the money as well. Got to eco on this one.
Solo anchors constantly. Yeah. Mazzino on the B side, Shy on the A side, with no help. But they're losing one. And then the retakes, which have been so phenomenal from Leviathan over and over and over.
You would think the solo Astro would be a little bit weaker. Yeah, it's just instant good reaction every single time that they have the rotate right in heaven, and it's always a Viper or a Raze with a nade or a molly.
And it's
right, that's the one thing that's like really integral
every game out from here is kind of a must-win for them.
Yeah. So
looking for the
although like on paper the Astra's super weak over towards B, first of all the reactions are really good, and he's always using 2 stars for himself as well, every single time.
And this is the start.
And yeah, it always has backup over towards heaven, so it's really good.
I mean, some of the games earlier in the season, less pressure, all right? But they've still, I mean, they've come out with close losses against some really good teams like Loud last week. They're just not able to close out on these upsets that they're looking for. Oh, hold on a sec. Taco just got boosted by Mazzino there.
That's illegal.
Good spot. Yeah, he still has both updrafts.
Yeah, it's illegal. This one gets replayed.
Live buyout from EG here. 2 stingers, a pistol, and then a
I hope it's a replay and they don't get punished for this.
Is he gonna swoop this? Nice.
Wow. And that is a big concession against the eco here. To reposition it up to heaven, which gives so much space and ropes. What does EG do to follow up on this?
You got Boostio, who's trying to threaten.
Did they do that in pistol rounds? It's a good question.
This really feels like the first time they've established this much control across the middle of the map.
Unless Americas has different rules to EMEA again.
You see NZR has taken a slight step back, still has that ult to work with. You've got Shy close by with a little bit of help if need be.
Americas could have different rules.
But where do they go from here? Spike's still playing around the middle of the map, and Leviathan have fully spread things out. Going a bit exploratory with the Trailblazer towards A.
Can't you just jump and glide? I think you have to glide off someone, unless anyone in chat knows some other bug that maybe bug's a bad word, but unless someone knows some other way that Jet can get up here, but it looked like he's the head.
So death sentence.
I don't think King was expecting that.
14 seconds right now. Mazzino just has to get one fall back, continue to fall back.
10 seconds left.
And he doesn't do that.
He got his one, but he didn't continue to fall back.
No time on this, really.
He's in a prime
just
position
about get it. Can Jet stop this?
Is he walking around new box? That gives up the plant, but gets him the kill.
Oh, and he's
Demon, hello? Where's the call? Where's the comms?
Taco's just gonna have a field day with this.
Oh my goodness.
Jogamo's mobility not enough.
What happens
the
this round?
Not good enough. Taco gets the third, and Leviathan get another round.
Again, situation where EG looks like they might be able to claw it out, but not quite enough. I think Mazzino there is very happy not to fall back and look for a little bit more because he has that failsafe in Taco.
Sure.
Which is interesting. This is what I was talking about. I'm looking for a little bit more hero plays from some individual players, and I think Mazzino is showing that a lot in this game from Leviathan. Because, I mean, they're a super disciplined team. Yeah. Not super structured. Right. I mean, they have a lot of nice strats. They're very fluid, though, with it. But in terms of discipline, it's a team that's not going for too many risks. And I think
oh, God, if they use it in the pistol,
that's missing the little factor that you're looking for a team that should be challenging for not only qualifying for Tokyo, but potentially an actual global championship.
Looks like we got a little...
oh boy, this one could be a long one.
Going on here, as soon as we get some info as to what's going on, we will keep you all informed. A cozy lead for Leviathan. Evil Geniuses, who previously found success on this half, on this map against Loud, not really finding the same degree. Really, I mean, really not even close. Remember, Ball, it was a 9-3 half on their attacking side against Loud, now sitting at 6-2 and just hoping and praying for any semblance of similarity.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I think what we were talking about some of the anti-strats that Potter put together, and at this point it's not necessarily anti-strats, it's looking like they think it's a little bit more optimal against this double duelist, double controller comp in middle.
Dude, if they did it here, the chance of them doing it on the pistol is so high.
The key factor of pushing off the mid player away from that orb, not giving them space to do what they just did in that anti-eco, which was pick up the orb and reposition it.
Yeah.
That sort of thing is critical to stop. if that's part of your game plan. Because like what we've seen when it has been successful, right? Where they've been
able
to
it in
take
pistol
through ropes,
too?
been able
Oh
to
boy.
pinch a ramp, that sort of thing. I think they've done as well.
Now what
is
happens?
ready for that. So the slight adaptation for barely anybody to ever play top A ramp, and also for the bait plays that Taco and King are doing, is really nice. And at the same time too, you could see there's an insistence to fight calm on the A ramp push, the A ramp hold. And
what happened? It got him 2 kills as well.
In a lot of instances too. So they're looking to isolate the fights while they go for that mid control. I think the ante so far is in Leviathan's camp fully. Them coming into this game is really, really nice to see. I mean, everybody really at this point is having some sort of impact.
Do I agree with the rule? I think it's fine because then it makes Satchel and Updraft way better.
A couple of rounds ago,
right?
We spotted Taco getting into a position that he feels like he probably shouldn't have been able to.
That was last round.
Last round, yeah, whenever that feels like forever ago. It was an exploit. He should not have been able to get up on that box without using any utility. So I'm being told that we're going to roll back the round and get back into the action. But just confirming, there was an exploit on Leviathan's side. Taco getting up to an area that he should not have been able to without utility. So,
but pistol, I don't think they know about it
as soon as we can. I want to go back to the conversation we were having.
I don't think they know about
the huddles in particular, because it's interesting that Taco was the one who was vibing and just going player to player and just very chill, because I think he's been very public in talking
they don't
about
know.
this too. He is not.
And this is like
on stage, both just.
I won't go into this too much, but this is like the issue with a lot of these things being called like a bug or whatever. Even though I think the head boosting, I think it's great because Satchel and like Updraft become like have better use. But you know that turret bug and stuff like that. If it wasn't shown by the observers, no one realizes and it doesn't get replayed. And so it's so reliable right now in terms of whatever the observer sees or whatever the caster says to call this stuff out. So we never know. It's not consistent. So that's like my issue with it all. Is it's just like, where's the consistency? It's only if we ever see it visually. And it becomes a bit of a nightmare.
At the beginning of Leviathan's story on a global stage, on an international stage, Taco was the focus. Taco was the guy who was playing the Chamber, he was playing the Jet last year, and he was frying, especially online. But obviously, King has taken a little bit of that center stage.
You think he updrafted in pistol? Okay.
So now as we work
he bought an updraft and didn't have it when the round started. I mean, that's it, confirmed then, right? If that's what you're saying is true there, then we're so fine.
A boost in performance on a game like this, a game where it is comfortable, a game where you feel happy to go into. Obviously, everybody is a threat. in the Americas League. It's
making rules you can't supervise. That's pretty much the
same. That a team is able to take. I mean, even the
he spent 700 but had Ghost and Cloud Burst. Okay, with them.
Saw that last week. EG
but then he doesn't. Yeah.
Any given Sunday type beat. Yeah.
And like Sadak, for example, has talked about like, oh, we don't underestimate anybody. I think for Leviathan,
well, we'll let it just. It is what it is, I guess.
But that doesn't mean you can't feel a little more comfortable.
But this is
less pressure.
This was always my worry about the whole turret bug thing.
Under a high pressure situation, you hesitate, even if it's just for half a second, you hesitate about making a play like that. And the nice thing is for Leviathan, I think across the board, we expect, I think Leviathan fans and the Leviathan faithful are hoping for just, well, what should be a clean series, right? Get through it relatively cleanly, and yes, any given Sunday, but I think Leviathan, and again, Leviathan fans would be expecting something a bit clean here. So I don't know that it necessarily even has to be a pop-off performance from everyone individually, but I think for them just getting through this cleanly, I think would speak volumes and pay off dividends in the long run for their mental confidence, for how they approach.
Perfect time to tweet for some impressions. Nah, I don't care about that stuff.
For Leviathan, it's Crew, Cloud9, and Loud to follow up, right? So, I mean, you're seeing EG and Crew as pretty easy opponents, but then you're seeing the top two in the league, right?
Yeah.
So if you're
I only like to tweet when like something's like really wrong in terms of like a map or a gun or something.
I know Josh Sideshow has been really harping on the fact that you get first or second seed and you need one win in playoffs to make it to Tokyo.
Yeah,
if you're challenging for that, this is a must-win. And
what's
look
up,
at the beginning of the season, I think a lot of people were thinking they should be challenging.
Just
for
head
that.
boost.
That loss against 100 Thieves really hurt them in that fight.
Oh, it's just outrageously surprising. I don't know that anyone really expected that. Again, if you are just joining us, there was an exploit that was identified around 2 rounds ago, relatively recently. I forget what round it was, where a Leviathan player got up to an area that they were not supposed to be able to without any utility. We're rolling the round back, and we're getting back into the action. I'm being told just a couple of seconds now. In the meantime,
yeah, you just mix it up
flex your tweets. Use hashtag VCT
yeah, just mix it up. Sometimes showing a kill is better than showing a... sometimes showing a death is better than...
Or the round being rolled back in mind, a comfortable start for Leviathan. They look loose, as we mentioned, and for EG, I mean, to go back to the discussion we were having, a lot of utility used mid, a lot of time spent trying to establish map control, and they're just not getting a ton
Mighty
of
Max, what's up, Faye? 3 months. Chat, let's get some boomer slugs.
It's been such a good part
Let's get
of
some
EG's
boomer
split
slugs in
on
for
the
Mighty
one map
Max.
that we've
Faye,
seen.
3 months in the slug club.
But
Appreciate
that's
you.
the thing about Valorant too, is like one
Thank you.
map is not really enough to see if it's a consistent thing or.
Yep.
And even though Leviathan and Loud play very similar comps and very similar
Right,
styles
show must
in
go
that
on,
middle,
chat. Here we go.
it's not necessarily
replay
like a guarantee that the performances are going to be the same or anything like that, or the reactions are going to be the
As in
same
this
type
round.
of approaches. So we did roll back that round, and EG, unfortunately, they have to run back through the eco. But they did almost win that. So, and they've had 2 ecos where they've almost won. They just fumble a little late. So let's see if they can do it again. Put themselves in position. Last round, remember, they were able to approach. This time, they're going for a B pop, which I love. Again, Mazzino challenge solo over and over.
And he's buying time. He's staying alive. Noswar, who's supposed to be helped up in heaven, instantly gets dropped as Demo 1 gets an opening.
Oh, he's on top. Oh my goodness.
Oh my, yeah. This is kind of on.
That Jogamo is filled down in hell.
And
Oh
look,
god, Lev
after that
going to be
rollback,
tilted
EG
if they
comes
don't win
again
this,
with
but
the
this may
advantage,
be
find the
justice
post
for
fight to
losing the
secure
pistol.
them.
Oh my goodness.
There's a whole lot to deal with. Taco finally peeking out of smoke to get the trade. But Shy now left alone. Well done to sidestep the flash, looking for the challenge on the first. Ethan just baiting, pulling him further and further in.
Oh boy, they win this round.
Wow.
Oh boy.
That is actually a crazy
Gonna be
world
some
to
drama
Leviathan
probably,
right
but honestly, in terms of like everything, I feel like this is kind of an okay outcome if we consider the pistol round going through. Obviously, it doesn't really work like that,
I
but
have to commend Jogamo there. Some insane trust in his teammate to not even pay attention to Taco diving out after he got the initial spam. Demon 1 was coming through the other side, and he's happy to try to fight the last player coming out of heaven.
All right.
And it works out for him because Demon 1
Does
trades his
that
death, but also
mentally
Jogamo
boom
gets the
them?
player coming
That's
out of
the
heaven and
question.
continue
We'll
to
keep an eye on
maintain
this
that
round.
advantage.
Money's low on
From
2.
6-2 to 5-3, quite the swing. Can EG continue to capitalize on it? Jogamo has ult here. Calm 1 point away as well.
Oh, 10 fans, that's true. That loves that. They are dominating middle. Like, EG are having a really rough time getting through this smoke. They're having an absolute nightmare.
But there,
it looks
Leviathan
so
bringing
difficult.
out the ante of their own. And that's Nosworth with his showstopper instead of Taco up on the line. By the way, Taco's first stop of the game here.
Get out of here.
That certainly gets help. Leviathan situation there, the spam, and then an A to buy some space.
It's ridiculous that King is able to reposition that orb too, given the fact that they went for that trap play.
Yeah.
They have so many phases of their defensive holds right now. It's actually ridiculous. Talk about structure. That's it right there.
Look how much of a nightmare this smoke is, dude. I love their protocols over towards middle. The heavy holding in this smoke. What's the timing like for this one? Oh god,
and they're
crazy.
Once again, EG are in a late round situation.
Whoa, that's an advanced trailblazer, and then stun misses. How unfortunate.
30 seconds left.
So close to being
Okay,
something
this
there.
is going to be weird. I didn't see if Demon was close to his ult, but Money's not good on two of them. They get 1-9 after winning the round before. Okay, Demon has his ult, so they could probably squeeze out a buy here.
You're going to have to give up on this idea. I mean, lovely play from Leviathan, but EG, I mean, they bit off a little bit more than they could chew there, and that's because Leviathan actually is not trying to counter. They're not throwing a molly down or anything like that off of the initial Gravwell nade or anything like that. Zeno just walks through with the stun. It's brilliant.
Get out of my way.
Zeno still playing mid, or excuse me, B. With Nosworth close by. That early flash, forcing him to take a step back. But a jump peek should clear things out.
Scout destroyed.
Taco's so advanced here.
Yeah, and he's been here the last couple of rounds with no challenge because no one's been there.
Wow!
It's a
I mean,
nice kill.
knowing exactly what to do there. I know he had his dash prep, but he needed to updraft first to actually get past the little lip of that wall.
This is the first time really they got over towards middle as well.
And this is now.
Yeah, Ace looking a little bit weak right now.
Actually able to anchor with the op on this A side, and Shy has some.
They went over to heal Mazzino, that's why.
Reclear other things.
And they kind of need to get info over towards Heaven, so Flash is going to go in.
One
Did
kill
that.
off his dash, that could change things.
Blocking vision.
Then being apprehensive about scaling forward and re-establishing control up in Heaven and back in Spawn, but finally they do.
IOU, Jano,
Through that,
thank you so much.
While, but Leviathan are able to reset.
Jano, appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
Far back.
Oh god.
He's right under
Oh god.
him. He's right under him. He did spot him. He gets a kill too, but it's traded
Thank you so
back
much, dude.
instantly.
4 months in the Star Club. Appreciate the support.
Zeno finding another in the molly.
Spike down.
Or,
B.
excuse me, the orb getting the kill for time.
It's crazy. Shy just goes for it.
Right now, though.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Grabs it, drops
Okay,
it
nicely
right
handled.
back. Shy with 2, Leviathan with 7.
And EG now, I mean, this is tough. I'm a little surprised Busio doesn't go for
They're
that
mad.
roll through on
I
B.
mean,
I like the patience for him to look for somebody jump peeking on that B angle, but it's way too late in the round and you're out of options on A. So instead, he actually calls for Giacomo to be the tip of the spear, but he's clearing back into space that he hasn't really been fighting, so not exactly clear on how the hold is going to be.
Lord Buckethead, thank you so much, dude. Lord Buckethead.
And also,
Nice name, 67.
Busio didn't have an opportunity.
Appreciate
He
it,
didn't
man.
get a kill there.
And
Taco's moved here. And King gets
Owig Boink. Welcome into the
OHP,
Slug Club.
is
Where
he
the hell
gonna
does this
get
go?
over
Straight
towards
through?
Shy? It looks like he is gonna
Didn't
run
fully
that
see that one.
direction.
Either way, Lord
That
Buckethead,
is the
thank you so much,
timing
mate.
now, where they might expect Shy to be off of this site,
Thank you,
but
thank
King
you.
is gonna go all the way to screens so that he can heal by still anchoring.
And still jump spotting. Is min-maxing everything.
Multi-tasking to the max.
Caution here.
What do EG do here? What tools do they have? They have comms pit. That's going to require, I mean, you've got to get the spike, you've got to get the spike down, maybe.
This name,
Yeah,
man,
consider
sure.
investing
Suck
in ult.
P7000 will sub, dude. Thank you so much. 3 months in the Slug
So
Club.
far away from really having a control on the situation.
Thank you for using your Prime on me. Jesus. I remember this last
That is
time.
gonna spot one.
Holy hell.
But they've lost having control here. Nosworth away from that.
That's nasty.
Man,
Looking
they...
for the second too. Shy from backside, only getting 1.
30 seconds
Oh.
left.
They've gotten a couple here.
Secrets too.
Trail.
Yeah, you got to heal if you get down here as well.
They're getting the heal back
Then
up,
he
but
needs to get
when
down
he
there.
goes for that plant, that's the opportunity to take a 2v1.
Yeah, no weapons upgraded
Oh,
by EG.
oh,
Zeno's in
they have no
trouble.
idea. Oh god, it's on.
Busio
Oh.
They're holding heaven and he planted for him, but he needs to upgrade his weapon, and Mizzino has Cosmic Divide.
He doesn't want to pick up the weapon.
So he could actually flip the script. He's going for the flank.
Taco's done.
Oh, come on.
They should
the timing on Ethan.
Enemy remaining.
It's just on to be. Remember, he still only has a stinger. He's got it down to 1v1. Oh, the weapon's not great, but the timing is! The Red Bull clutch for Busio!
What is that collapse from Leviathan?
Jesus.
That was a full collapse. I mean, sometimes those situations in the past couple of weeks for Leviathan have...
Walden as well. Walden with the prime. Thank you so much. 2 months. 2 months, mate. Appreciate you.
This one in particular is...
They really...
I mean, it's a good idea. I mean, I called it out.
Oh, they really messed up, man.
But to do it from heaven, when you know that you or from mid-main, when you know
they
that
really
someone just
messed
died
up.
back
What the hell was that round?
Yeah.
Still in control of the game, though. I mean, well in control. And he did not spot them there, so, yeah. Beautiful.
And he gets away.
I love that he goes for so much more there.
Yeah, I feel like they get the first kill pretty much every round. It keeps happening.
Right? Taka loosening up a little bit, taking these early fights, these aggressive fights. He seems to be returning to form.
And I'm actually really confused about that smoke from Busio. I actually thought early in the game, I saw it before, and another pick from Taco, but I thought that smoke was Mizzino's for them to play around. It actually gives so much space and room for Taco to fight through.
You are divided.
They're going into the op again.
Looking like a Taco round.
And the sun's not going to hit. The orb's going to decay.
Oh,
He's got
the satchel from Jogamo to boost up. Oh my god, that's so crazy. He got a little bit lucky. So Jogamo wanted to boost on this and it actually pushed him past the ult shot. The off shot. MCE, what's up, man? Congrats. That was nice to watch, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was very nice. Good interview as well, dude.
An 8-4 half. We got through a little bit of a pause there. We're gonna get to see this fight one more time because that was just so much fun. But again, ended in a flawless round for Leviathan. An 8-4 half their way. Let's throw it down to the desk to break down the first half.
Thank you so much, fellas. I felt like at the end there I was watching Ace Combat rather than Valorant with the dogfight that we were watching. But overall, though, I mean, this going about the way that we had thought it would go. Leviathan in control, looking good, and EG still showing us the ideas are there. They can't close out those rounds sometimes.
It was a solid start from EG. First 2 rounds looked like we were going to have a really competitive map. But then this round happened where EG started off with a hit towards A, which was initially successful to get them a few kills. And they eventually, off of getting this first opening, make a really good mid-round call from Busio to pivot all the way back off their lurk towards B. But in the late round, it ended up falling apart. And after that, EG just left out of steam in the half.
Yeah, I mean, the round with the Astro Smoke is one right here. This round that you were talking about, and then the Cosmic Divide where Calm is left in the one-on-one. Just a brutal swing round. And then at that moment, it seemed like EG kind of ran out of steam, right? They were doing a lot of sight pops, and then they go into mid. And that's when King kind of had his presence into the game, right? The orb in mid that he was recollecting, putting in B heaven. We saw it even in the last one.
I mean, it's really not their
play
stuff.
He just had so much stall pressure and so much impact in the middle of the map.
And with that stall, he did a great job of finding
another
kills
gifted. Thank you so much. Moo_Moo_Meadows.
Was really
welcome.
After those first few rounds
welcome.
defined by EG just kind of like flipping the rounds on site execs.
Strong map.
We're gonna go hard B, hard A, and it was just a matter of how good the Leviathan site anchors were, and consistently King and Mizzino were holding things down towards mid and B.
Yeah, that's tough.
Who are my top 3 coaches? Damn, dude, you can ask me this when some of them are lurking, maybe.
And to still be able to find the success that
who's most likely in chat?
So impressive to see so far.
This is
got MCE.
It's 8-4 in the favor of Leviathan. They play double duelists on the attack.
Yeah,
got
I mean, like
Mini.
you say, Leviathan held down those sights. The
I
extremities on a
reckon
double duelist dive
be,
with a raise and a jet coming at you.
So we'll see those 3. Doombros is here as well. Oh no, Doombros. Doombros might be here.
And this is where things could get really hard for EG. Last week they looked really strong
gave you
on
4.
attack. This week
and
they're
then
gonna flip it.
chat on should I just name all the coaches?
Sean was saying this is where it made it even harder for EG, which is crazy to think about considering the situation that we're in right now.
Yeah.
An 8-4 half, and you know, in some instances maybe should have been worse, but either way, we'll see how EG are able to do on the defensive side.
I mean, split.
All right, here we go. Getting into this one. Did I miss something?
There's been shifts based off of these double duelist comps. I think that's what Mimi was getting at.
Sure. Isaac,
on the attack side
thank you so much. Oink, oink. Welcome in.
Really fast, and
do what you want.
Sky,
that's not the real squill.
That's a lot of damage.
That one's a freebie.
But again, it's going to get healed right back up, so good execute. And they're able to control.
Okay, they get over towards the site. I'm telling you, Shy on pistol with the heal is the one. They get over towards the site again. Double dive comp. This is a. I'm pretty much saying it's a must-win pistol for EG, to be honest with you.
Hey, and Shy had to top him off twice. Deep flash.
I mean,
surely they got to take.
Right now, and that's going to be a lot
surely they got to take some kind of map control.
Out from those two players, but we do have the flank from Demon 1.
He's just waiting for the timing.
Full blind.
While everything goes in aggressive, Mizzino's actually pushing up in heaven, and Demon gets the easiest kill of his life while the rest of the fight ensues on the side.
Oh my goodness, okay. Managed to win this one. They get the pistol. Oh, it's game on here.
That's a big 5v5 retake right there.
And on defense, the problem is again double dive comp, but sure.
Causes some of the tools from Leviathan to get pulled out, and also he just full retakes all the utility that Leviathan used in that. Not working out, and I also think that Demon 1 on the flank there. On A-Ramp, we didn't quite see it on the camera because the hit was coming at the same time, but he just wiped the floor with the two players.
It's interesting. I'm starting to see a slow amount of shift. Normally it was heavy take care control, and I still think that's very pivotal, but I am seeing more people go out heavier spawn, and I imagine it's because Hell's a bit different if you deal with Hell. Crossfire and then block this off so you can get out spawn a bit better. So crossfire's on. Because Hell is now like this. I think the change is there. I think it's a little bit easier to flood through spawn than it used to be.
He's in a world of hurt.
Really nice anti-eco. Out from EG.
Last player standing.
Make it clean. Don't give King another. And all of a sudden, we're back to an 8-6, down to 2 rounds.
Toxin screen down.
Whew. 3 players swinging with the flash. Oh, the flash missed!
Dude, I was just watching the bird struggle the whole time.
King with 24 HP, he's going to rotate around.
Where is he going?
If he gets one more kill, I mean, that hurts.
Orb farming.
I mean, is the B1 even taken?
I bet he's gonna go find out.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it. He's gonna go get the orbs. I was thinking of it.
Go for the orbs in mid.
30 seconds left.
Did you know where there were 3 orbs in mid?
It's just crazy to me that EG are staying here this long.
I mean, the spike's there.
Yeah.
They're happy for it.
Poison orb emitting.
What can he do? 12 seconds left. He has to die here. And he does.
Mission accomplished. But you're right, the gap, I mean, we're just back to a 2-round game now.
Yeah, this is tough, though. I mean, a bonus with a Guardian, 2 Spectres. And EG's going to have to go for the bonus. The situation is not dire enough for them to try to go for force here. So Olivia,
Jesus. Logic.
Big opportunity to cancel.
Come on. Thank you so much. Man, I can't even. I definitely can't even. I'll give you a 3. That's about as far. Not even going to say that either. Yep. Thank you so much. 3, welcome in.
Dude, they're investing a lot here.
I mean, there's 3 players here, though. They're really only expecting 1. What?
They
Why is Shy peeking alone, though?
Have a
big question.
Good chance into this right now. Judge over towards middle. They might force him back over towards middle, and the Judge is here. I like the heavy shutdown.
It was an early peek from Demon 1, a flash 2 if I'm not mistaken.
It's really interesting. This is the exact same approach that Leviathan actually had on their bonus, remember?
Yeah.
They tried to challenge
Try and force him into the Judge, yeah.
And the thing is, Leviathan actually had the better setup to challenge it, to fight back against it. But they still lose the first person. Going back into this, though, the fast rotate is here. They can flood on this site against Ethan in a much different way that they played on the pistol round. He's going to be able to anchor this site.
Wait, you're actually in chat. That's incredible.
Not far off either.
40 seconds. They're still looking for picks here, and there's 2 players having, like you said. 2 kills with the Guardian from Demon 1.
Yeah, Demon's going off.
They're going to execute against Ethan. And they have isolated him now. 3v1 on the site.
flash a little early, not getting any info, but that nade confirms the suspicions.
Is he getting around? He's fighting with Giacomo now.
Yeah, he's fighting with his teammate.
Off. He still gets one though.
Ethan's getting back into a smoke.
King is weak.
Oh, that's that might be the kill for this. We'll see. Still definitely not done it. No matter what happens from EG, it's insane damage. They have no map control. They kind of just got to frag out. They do have a smoke in terms of comms, but
Comms upgraded a weapon. It's still just a sheriff in the hands of Bustio, and there's the weapon coming into play. The Molly. Ooh, Mazzino. Having to take a step back. The swing and the kill.
Holy. Yeah, he heard the smoke on the spike there. Thought he was just going to try and W forward, so went for the swing.
That's not a
that was a very good bonus from EG.
That was really nice mid-round.
Yeah, it was nice
Even
damage.
though the pressure up A ramp didn't really gain them anything, they're still able to isolate the one player on site. And I think I like the walkthrough from Giacomo in heaven there. I think Ethan maybe could have snuck into that smoke and caused a massive disruption on the side.
Nah, I think Ethan was spotted, right? Because this guy was shooting him.
Probably because he thought it was going to fade in a second.
Yeah. Yep.
I felt like I had the bullets.
From EG, it's the same trap play type thing with the showstopper in mid. That they can't spring, but Leviathan again.
Oh god, busting onto this one. Viper's a little bit out of this. Dude, it's straight on one-on-one.
Even then, a little spam
up close to the judge.
He's surrounded now.
Oh, it's a good nade as well. Yeah, they handled this well. No one else from LEV could get through the smoke, it seems.
I think Leviathan wants to force them in and get the pit down on the site, but they're not able to find the same type of thing that EG was doing against them, where they're finding the anchor.
In terms of the econ, this is just a huge round, dude. So if EG get this round, they're fully in control, even though they're like going to be a round down, 2 rounds down afterwards.
So an explosive tool at his disposal.
That could be going against the eco.
45 seconds. Last round we saw a 3v5 from Leviathan. Now they have to work through a 4v5. 2 rounds in a row would be so devastating for EG, especially considering this would be an economic reset.
Seems like they're
going over towards A. 30 seconds. Giacomo's on site with Razor.
But they can toggle around this Viper wall.
There's no more stars here available from Mazzino. So he's just using
okay, well that's one person fake with dude, they can't smoke off spawn or anything? I mean, it's done.
We've seen this before. 13 seconds left. Oh, they're gonna have to go fast, and the ult can just buy time.
Don't Rosa ult though. 6 seconds, snow plant coming through. They do get it. Can he get the kill?
Oh, he got pulled off. Astra suck was insane. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. I thought that was potentially the worst mouse jump bug I've ever seen. But luckily the Astra suck was everything. Oh my god.
Bustio to find that little grav well.
If they had lost because of that, that would have been mental.
Given that I think it was Ethan was still alive backside there.
That was devastating. Nice util from Bustio. Definitely gonna shout that out.
That was so close. It was so well played by Shy too to flash around, give him some time to plant the spike. But you're right, the utility from Bustio was just too good.
Full send here. They did force up actually.
Yeah. Mouse will jump.
Against Demon 1, who has
it happens on certain mice.
And then Ethan as well, who's been a thorn in their side.
I would say, chat, what do you reckon? We see it. It's not. We don't see it that often, but I would say once a day. I would say we average once a day. Oh no. With a jet? As a jet?
It's not supposed to happen!
That's not...
Numbers in favor of LEV, though. Spike's still not out. Heaven control still held on by EG. And it doesn't look like they're giving up.
They can get the pit down. A little slow there from King, and Taco's dead. The boys are hitting everywhere.
Oh my. Wow, so much good stuff going on.
Dips out of the pit. Shy falls. What can King do?
Yeah, nicely handled from EG. They're looking pretty in control from this. They get the ult out of this as well.
Anti-bonus converted by LEV, but EG strikes right back 2 in a row on dangerous situations. But they were in control that entire time this time, right? Even Demon 1 just canceling the showstopper. He just finds the perfect just having that ante in your pocket on that first half causes them, Leviathan Loud on their defense, to actually not fully explore some of the ideas that they've been good at in the past. Whereas EG, they're fully happy. I mean, they're really comfortable with the ideas that you can cancel in the mid control. So as you can see, it's exactly the same defensive setup over and over, other than like slight swaps about where the Raze and Jet are and where the Viper is starting in mid, but it's always this 1-3-1.
Blinded.
Full eco.
Flash is traded. Taco with blades. It's just been exchange of. Oh my gosh, that was so close. He's fully committed to sight.
Yeah, one little tag of that would have been everything. So they get. Okay, this time they actually get full side control and they have good positions.
Seekers and a cosmic divide here.
Look at where Taco is playing. He's gonna wait for a flash here, and he's in such a good angle. Cosmic divide's gonna cover spawn.
Oof.
And at any point when EG wants to spring through this wall, there's gonna be a disgusting setup here from Taco.
Are the Seekers enough for him to go? He can take so much space too.
Flash is back up.
Cosmic divide buying time. And the molly delays. Jogmo's gonna have to go. He's gonna satchel his way out. You haven't heard the satchel! It's only a dig! Taco still has one!
It's all for this heavy control now.
Dan, they did great on site.
Taco's gonna have to do this thing on his own, and yeah,
big
there
kill.
are way too many targets for him to deal with.
It's their time.
King's gonna have to swing this out very quickly. He cannot.
Damn, Boostio. Boostio's been a hero.
Yeah, maybe.
All of a sudden.
Absolute hero on this one.
But EG again control a scrappy round. It's not a team that you actually expect to be.
Chat, is my stream lagging again?
Some of their early series against Cloud9, for example, they fell apart in those situations. We're really seeing some growth.
Give me like 1 minute.
Weeks. What a shot from Boostio too. Leviathan not committing to the full ideas that were available to them there. And all of a sudden, we're 9-9, tied up. EG, a big chance at this.
And it's been all scrap. The last 3 rounds for EG have been these tight, messy situations. Which reminds me, we kind of had the precursor to it at the very beginning of the map. We were warned for what we were in for. Deep hit out from Calm this time in B, fully controlling that area.
I think expecting, given that there's been a couple of full approaches towards A, expecting maybe some control of B this time. Instead, it's back to the mid control, and EG's actually, given the fact that Calm has to be at that B site at the beginning, they've given up the mid protocol. Instead, they fall back into that second stage that I talked about for Leviathan, where they put the orb up in B heaven. So Demon 1 paired up with Boostio over here with the op. And Demon 1 can actually take a lot of attention here. Hey. Give Boostio the opportunity to go crazy here.
And if that's enough, Ethan's just rotated over.
Leviathan is, I mean, they've been really focused on clearing ramp before taking A, though.
Shoulder spotted, damage dealt, off the smoke, the spam, and the kill.
30 seconds left.
Now Ethan, he could be pinched here. Oh my gosh. Ethan's not pinched. Leviathan falling with a couple.
These Jet players are so fast, it's ridiculous.
He's got the op, but it's up close. King's gonna be the first to swing, and he gets a kill onto Demon 1.
I mean, bold, but full confidence from King. That's why he wears the crown. Calm is so slow on the rotate now, but Jogmo still finding King up in heaven.
A 2v2, another scrappy situation. EG have thrived in these circumstances. And another opportunity presents itself, this time for the lead, late in the map.
Alright, maybe it's better, chat, I'm not sure.
Jogmo on the satchel. Taco with the spam, and it's another one in favor of EG.
Dude, they keep winning the clutches.
What a good molly there from Calm. To force the players to swing.
Anon, thank you so much for the gifted.
And for the first time,
thank you.
EG takes the lead.
Skirt. Thank you, mate. Welcome into this World Cup.
This defensive side has been really nice for them so far. They've only lost one. Second timeout very soon after the first. Owner sees this is slipping from them. Owner sees right now.
I mean, yeah, this is catastrophic loss. I've been slipping a while ago.
Full control.
You could even see a little, perhaps frustration or disappointment. You know, use whatever word you want to use in Nosworth's face. right before the break, just like we let that one go. That's another one. Starting to pile up.
There's so
really
many
are.
of you trolling
Again,
so
what,
hard.
3 rounds now? Late round situations where things could go either way, and EG have just been able to navigate the chaos flawlessly.
And you were actually looking after that 1-round win that Leviathan had, that they played that 3v5 really well.
Dude, what is with my internet?
Start really working in those situations. Because again, this is a team that has been historically known for thriving.
Chat, maybe I restart my
situations.
internet in a sec.
But
It might be mid-game, I'm not sure.
EG is capitalizing on those early picks. 7-2 in 5v4s. So Demon 1, now that he has that op up, I mean, some of those early rounds are because of Guardian picks.
Yeah.
Not even the op online.
Yeah, maybe that.
And the last
maybe
couple
they've had enough. Too many hours.
Stinger Force coming in for Leviathan at the timeout. Still looks like a 1-3-1 approach from them. Takes some mid control, but same thing for EG.
Make some chaos.
Are they going to dive on this? They might. They're pinging it out right now.
They've got the op here. They've got Jogama Showstopper here. And a hand spotted.
Oh, he wanted that one.
You can feel it. We're set up for something here. Oh, early spam kill on Taco.
Wow.
Early outshot from Demon 1. These two duelists have been having a field day these last few rounds.
And they're playing so well off of each other, too.
Yeah.
I mean, Demon 1 peeking back after that. And
Spike down mid.
he's feeling it. You already see it in the posture that he's taking, too. The double duelist might make this Stinger Force completely obsolete.
EG are just always good. They're always good for one. What the hell was this round,
Demon
though?
got 3 kills in that round and only saw 1.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Alright, I mean, he kind of saw the jump
also
kill.
spammed right through the smoke, too. Gross. The Stinger Force have a lot of
Look
bite
at
to them.
this. The only
There's
round they
venom
won
in
was the
them.
bonus where they just had a better buy.
But they just completely neutralized it.
Enemy
Got the antidote. And Leviathan was not even able to get into the position where the needle will strike.
Dog, they've won 7 of their last 8. This is, I mean, Leviathan have to win this round. There's just no other way to really put it.
What a comeback, too, from EG.
Yep.
In a situation where I was thinking, oh my goodness, like losing your map pick, you're going Pearl next. Where Leviathan is 4-0 on. I was thinking the series was over. Instead, now, we look to a competitive series.
And
This is the second worst team in the league by standings.
They're just getting blocked out
Punching
here.
way up.
Everywhere they go, they are
That's
getting
2
blocked.
matches in a row where they're doing
Hard.
that. Against the South American teams, 3 in a row of those.
Okay,
They just
trying to
haven't
group
able
up
been to close
to
out.
A
It's
here.
always one map win, like Mimi said on the desk.
Raise
They
nade.
always get one.
Razel.
Is it this one? Or does Love still have more to play?
blinded.
Flash getting some info from Ethan.
Oh, the spam could be
Watching
devastating.
this spot.
He chooses not to do it this time.
This Razel could be
Perhaps
massive.
apprehensive with the Vandal in hand. Wanted to give position away. That flash.
Taco's pushing.
30 seconds left.
Not quite going for it. Grab ball out. They baited all the util out now.
Once again, this is chaos. Jogamo and Ethan trying to hold the line by themselves. Jogamo
Shorty!
goes. Ethan gets one. The ult from Jogamo gets another.
Can he get out?
He doesn't want to get out.
Down A.
Takes one down with him.
That's Spike, though.
Yeah,
There's
that's
nobody
Spike.
in
You gotta-
position to pick it up. And there's
It's
no
done.
pace from King. They're going to save. They're going to save and play for OT.
Damn, this is an impressive.
EG is dominating.
Yeah, this is an
What a
impressive one.
hold. I think it's 8 of the last 9.
What a streak.
Match point.
Mimi
Alright,
alluded to
three.
it.
3 chances to take this
How
one.
Leviathan have massive chances on this attack side, but
Yeah.
we are not seeing that at all.
No.
And this is the danger for them. This is the danger for Leviathan the entire
They
season.
got
It's
Astra
been-
ult, they got Sky ult, and
It's
we're
been
kind of
expected for
close
them to
to
have
some
a
of
good
these,
map
but
pool, but
honestly, the knife isn't really
honestly,
going to help too much, maybe,
It's like
with
it's
this gun.
shifted away from Ascent to Pearl.
Minches, what's up?
in their
What's up,
strength.
Minches? Hope you're doing
The
well,
same
man.
weaknesses
Charles, get some
continue to
boomer
show
slugs in for
themselves.
Minches.
The depth
Good to see Minches.
slightly
Hope you're
missing.
doing well,
Sean
mate.
was saying EG had that issue.
10 months as well, Minches, damn. Respect.
Feels like the shoes on
Thank
the
you,
other
thank
foot
you.
now. Ethan's going to get some info with the Showblazer. Oh, actually spammed out early. No real idea.
It's the first time they got over towards heaven kind of early though. They actually get a lot of map control early.
Repositioning. Remember, it was Ethan and Jogamo in the previous round who did most of the dirty work.
I mean, I'm looking at the util right now. This is slightly a broken buy from Leviathan, but Mizzino doesn't have any stars right now. Only one. So when you look at the execute, you need 2 stars on all of these sites. How are they going to make this go? Against the anchors that have been so strong.
He was just having one recovering. He's got 3.
Again,
so.
Doug, that's like, what, 5 rounds that they've just been decimated.
Demon 1's not even here. He's on the opposite side of the map with the op. Flash into heaven,
Oh, they might take that. They might take the timing on that.
And is traded right back.
Flash went in. Wall blocked everything.
But can he find the same
Ethan's out in the open.
No, they've cracked the site open.
That is not the pose you want to be in. I think with the flash, he really felt like. I mean, I can't blame him.
Are they going to consider it? No more stars for the Gravon. God, it's going down. He's got a short.
But he's so weak. Punish you. And off of that, Boostio realizing he's in trouble. He's surrounded. He's trapped, and he's dead.
I think they actually were considering saving there. I think that's why Calm is walking away. Given Demon 1's position, they have the op.
They got loads of money.
They have bank here. Leviathan with the second lease.
Angel will get 3. Man, some of the stuff he pulls off, or has pulled off this season, has been incredible.
You know, again, given the economy that EG have, as you're just saying, and knowing that Leviathan have been just fighting for scraps.
Yeah.
For these last couple of rounds, you try to hunt and drop a weapon or 2, but
I mean, there's 2 ways to look at it, right? You're saving bank so that you could have an entire every single gun round down, which unfortunately they don't even get at this point. Or you go to challenge
3
the bank out
down
of
to
Leviathan,
2.
which is so weak. I mean, they haven't guarded any rounds.
I mean, they got so much money.
Now. But you let them save 4 rifles.
They got so much money that it's absolutely fine.
World, you might see them, you know, take 2 kills before losing all the guns. And that could have, I mean, drastically changed the situation. Maybe they're considering
this might be their best chance though, because all of these are about to, all of these are so close.
Round 23.
Oh, this is really doable, man. If they can get this round.
This is about both of the players on Leviathan going for it.
And one of them's already dropped. Jogamo once again.
I'm surprised NCR got that kill. They don't expect this. Big trades.
They finally explore B.
King ran into B.
They have some heaven control. A 2v3 here.
Active. Both Seekers. One broken, the other one taking, I mean, just a ridiculous route. It's going to fall before it even targets anybody.
There goes the dash. Do they have a flash? No, they have nothing. They're just going to have to contact the radar, and there's an op there. Blades online.
Oh, the pre-fire was in. Boostio closes it out. Damn, that was, I mean, they got their map. Got the first map. This is what they do. And we've seen this before.
From the Evil Genius side of the stage, shown in this game. Something that I think has been lacking for them all season long. For it to show up now against Leviathan is massive.